Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you are now listening to the best wrestling podcast here on Iona's campus. This is All In on Wrestling. I'm your host, Dylan LeBron, and my co-host, as always,
I'm the co-host, Chris Nealon.
we are back again. We missed a week. It was my fault. Chris has not let me forget. But we're back and better. I think
Better than ever.
better than ever.
I think maybe show of the week worthy, if I'm being honest.
Yep, I think so. Powers that be, I think. Honestly, let's talk about it real quick. Powers that be haven't really gave us a show of the week in 2 weeks. Kind of fallen off. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I talked to Cameron about
Yeah.
giving it to us last week and then just putting a picture of of an empty studio, but
You know what? He should have did that. If he was a real one, he would have.
yeah.
But can't trust Cam, man. The biggest heel in the business. But today we're gonna review the chamber, and we're gonna talk about Revolution, preview Revolution, and for the first time ever, Chris was at my house watching the chamber with me. How was that experience for you, Chris?
Oh, it was
Say nice
you-
things. I'm here.
you have a very nice house. Dylan.
Thank you so much.
Your parents are very nice.
Yep.
Your brother, he didn't talk much, but he was very nice.
Yeah, pretty cool guy.
Yeah, it was, you had some good snacks.
Thank you.
That's
I
about all I
try.
can say about it. It was,
It's
it was a nice experience.
very hot in the studio today. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I had a great time. My favorite part was you sing "Ole Ole Ole" for like 5 minutes. I was like, you don't remember that? Is that just like an autopilot thing for you?
I don't know. When I hear those chants, my brain just defaults
during
and goes,
the
ole, 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 ole.
yeah during the same match.
I think I was doing it pretty quiet. I thought I was doing it quietly.
I was
but
right next to you.
Maybe I wasn't doing it too
I was
quietly.
right next to you.
Thought I was doing it.
I heard it was like "Ole Ole." It's like very quiet. But no, I was in there. I felt like I was in Montreal. It was great.
You should have joined me in the ole.
I
chants.
should have.
You
I
should-
should have. On the next one.
Honestly, when at the beginning, when there's let's go.
Yeah.
I wanted us all to scream it, but then none of you did, and I just said it. I said it kind of quietly.
Oh my!
I said it.
Yeah, now no. For next, I'll prep everybody in the house.
Yeah, like get your parents involved, get your brother.
They'll come downstairs at main event time, and we'll just rewatch it.
Well, when if he has a match at Mania, then
yeah, we'll do it.
Then we'll do the ole.
Yeah, I'll get the whole block.
I mean, we'll do the let's go thing.
I'll get the whole block involved. I'll do it. I got you. So we'll start from the show, from the top. Chris missed the first two matches because Chris always misses the first two matches ever. Do you have an explanation for yourself, Chris, of why you missed the first two matches?
I was treating my brother to Smokehouse.
That was a pretty good excuse, ain't it?
Yeah.
Pretty solid. First match was the women's chamber.
I have some thoughts on it, even though I didn't see it.
Okay. Do you want to do your thoughts now, or you want me to kind of run through the match? You can interject.
Well, if I remember correctly, the match is pretty formulaic. Like someone gets, I don't know. You just talk about the match, and then I'll interject with my thoughts.
So going to the match, I assumed Asuka was winning because it was no one else but Asuka.
I mean, I also thought Raquel and maybe Liv had a chance, but it was always
Asuka. I think Liv's always a dark horse in these types of matches when it's like very star-studded, not star-studded, but when there's like a clear winner. But if Liv's in there, it's like, she could win. But I thought the match was good. We'll run through here. I believe Liv started the match with somebody. I think she started with Asuka.
Was it?
Oh, Nikki Cross.
Nikki?
Yeah. So Liv started with Nikki Cross. This was probably a Liv Morgan showcase match, I think, because she was doing a lot of cool spots. She did
Wasn't she eliminated pretty early?
Pretty early, but she got her stuff in. She did get her stuff in. I believe Raquel was the third one in, and then Carmella was the fourth one in. There was a good spot where Raquel picked up Nikki, put her through the pod, and that eliminated Nikki. So that was pretty cool. I feel like I never see that was
a pod cool. I saw the clip of that. That was a pretty cool spot.
Usually there's never like a pod elimination. It's more of just like you get through the pod, but you kick out. But I thought that was pretty good.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. If you go through a pod, you would probably be down for sure.
Unless you're like Chris Jericho and Goldberg and you don't care. But who's keeping track? Another cool spot, Liv Morgan did a sunset flip powerbomb Raquel's on the top rope, back facing like towards hardcam, and Liv was on top of the pod, and she did the sunset flip. That was a pretty cool spot. I enjoyed it. But Liv gets eliminated next, second one out.
Didn't you get like tapped out by both Natalia and Asuka?
Yeah, so Natalia put her in the sharpshooter, and she was like fighting for her life, trying to get to the bottom rope. Natalia dragged her to the center of the ring, and then Asuka puts like I want to say it was like a Rings of Saturn looking submission, but I can't be 100% sure. But I do know that she couldn't physically tap because both her arms were trapped. So she's in like a dual submission, and like she just passes out.
I guess
And
that protects Liv a little bit.
it protects her. She didn't tap. That's like the standard. So it is what it is. I wish she could have had more doing the match, even though she did a lot. I wish she was like the final two.
Let me ask you something. Did Natalia have a showcase because Canadian?
It's just like regular Natalia stuff. Nothing out the ordinary. Discus clothesline, teasing sharpshooters here and there, but nothing out of the ordinary. So we can tell she's like the next one out. I believe Carmella is the one who eliminates her from a super kick or something of that nature. So she's out.
I probably would have had like Raquel or Asuka eliminate Natalia.
Yeah, Carmella lasted longer than I thought. She was the final two in this match, which made no sense to me.
Well, I guess the argument you can make for it is you don't want Raquel to lose in a one-on-one match.
Sure, but also it's like if it's the Asuka, I mean, like.
Yeah, I feel like if it's an Asuka, you can justify it, but also that makes it, I guess it's like heel versus face rather than face versus face with Asuka and Carmella rather than Asuka and
My
Raquel.
only argument to that is like they've done it before in some of the chambers with the men's chamber, like Cena and Triple H are the last two, and like Cena tapped out Triple H, and it was like, Triple H still looked kind of strong because like he was beating up John Cena. So I think you could have had Raquel put up a good fight against Asuka. And she's like, oh, she almost got her, but like she didn't. You can kind of book it like that, and she can still be like on top. But Raquel gets eliminated because Carmella and Asuka just pretty much wombo combo and beat her up. They kind of trade like head kick, super kick, head kick, super kick, head kick, and they both hook a leg, and then Raquel's eliminated. And then you have Carmella and Asuka. Carmella taps out to the Asuka lock. And then Asuka's your chamber winner. Any thoughts on the match, Chris, that you saw from?
Well, I'm glad Liv had a showcase. Aside from that, it seems pretty formulaic. Like the person who got in sixth won. Like it just seemed like wasn't the last match between like Carmella and Asuka only like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was very quick.
Yeah, so that seems like kind of like disappointing in a way for a chamber match.
I feel you. I wish Asuka had a better showing. You remember that year that Shayna Baszler eliminated everybody, but then she like lost? They should
Shayna won that match.
Did she?
Yeah.
She won the chamber?
Yeah.
And what she gained from that? Nothing?
She got a match against Becky at Mania, but then she lost that.
Word, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they should have given her the Baszler treatment where Asuka should have been one and then everybody. Because I feel like she hasn't given me like that moment yet.
I think Liv actually might have been the last person in that match with Shayna. Or Asuka. Asuka or Liv.
I'm not surprised.
Probably Asuka.
I'm not surprised. It's one of them. But yeah, I feel like Asuka hasn't had that moment where it's like, oh, this is a different Asuka. Because she's getting like beat up. Even in the Rumble, she was kind of getting beat up. I was like, what's going on here? You got to be like, Kana. You came back with the new gimmick. Start killing, I feel like they haven't booked her right yet. But
I mean, in one-on-one matches, like she kills people, like Chelsea Green.
They
had that 3-on-3 tag match where she turned on her own team and still won.
Even if she was like number 6, I feel like she got like a lot done to her for being number 6. Like you could have had her come in at 6, everyone's still in the ring, and she eliminates everybody, which would have been like crazy. But
you gotta have Natalia have her showcase.
Yeah, whatever. Canada, of
Hmm.
course. Oh, but that was the match. Any other thoughts before we move on to the second match of the night?
Not much. Right person won.
Yep. So Asuka's facing Bianca at Mania. That's settled.
That'll be a fire match.
Yeah, Asuka's winning.
Who are we predicting? I would ask who are we predicting to win?
Asuka's winning that.
Yeah,
she has to. I think she has to.
It's Bianca though.
I don't care.
It's Bianca though.
I know. But
Bianca's missed WrestleMania.
Hey, it's okay to lose one match. It's okay. It's all right. You can lose one match. I mean, you'd be all right. All the greats lose at Mania at least once. So
Undertaker went like
but he lost.
he did lose, but
Lost
not till like his
twice.
22nd match.
Yeah, but this is Bianca we're talking. We're not talking about Undertaker. I think Asuka's the right move here. She can't lose. They're building her up to beat Bianca.
How old is Bianca?
How old is she?
Yeah, can she have an undefeated streak?
No,
No.
no. Like
she-
to
is
that
she
to
undefeated
Undertaker
right now?
extent, she's undefeated right now, but she's only like 2-0.
Yeah, but they've been both high-profile matches.
For sure. I'm just letting you know. Like, so what extent do you think her streak should go if she does have one?
Well, that's why I'm asking how old is she, because I'm not really sure.
We can look it up. We have
Like
technology.
early 30s, I imagine.
I would assume like no more than 34. We can check. But I don't know, man. I think she loses this match. I think Asuka has to win the title. She's 33.
33?
So she's 2-0.
2-0, so another 10 years, she'll be 43.
So she'll be
12-0 at that point.
12-0 for what, bro?
Yeah, you can't have another Undertaker like streak.
Yeah, man. I don't think it's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
Listen,
she'd
I
have to be
think
like-
Asuka wins at Mania. You can have it, you can run it back again and again. I think Asuka's the right move here. She came back, she's hot right now. And Bianca's your hottest champ right now on either brand. So
I'm still not sure though. Like, I'll reserve my prediction for this one. I'll see where
we'll come
I'll
back
see
to
where
it.
it goes.
We'll come. Oh God.
Oh no,
We'll come back
Oh,
to
no.
it. But I do think Bianca is the right choice.
That
I mean, I'm
sounded
sorry,
serious.
Asuka's.
If you want to take that.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I do
That
think
sounded-
Asuka's the right choice here. But second match of the night, Bobby versus Brock.
I've heard this was very disappointing.
It was alright. It was alright.
Bunch
well,
of finishers.
So yeah, it starts off. Bobby hits a spear, and then Brock kicks out. Bobby hits another spear. Brock kicks out. 2 F5s. Bobby kicks out. Then they're trying to tease the hurt lock. Bobby breaks out of it the first time. I mean, Brock breaks out of it the first time. Then they tease it again. Then Brock is in there, and he can't get out, and he mule kicks Bobby. And then the ref's like,
that
"What are you doing?"
Babyface way of winning.
Yeah.
Or
Good
getting
guy,
out.
Brock, man. Ref's like, "What are you doing?" Oh my god, he rings the bell, and then Brock F5s the ref, and then he F5s Bobby again. Then they're both on the outside. He F5s Bobby on the table, goes through. Then he F5s the ref again onto Bobby. And
Valiant babyface.
and that's the
Valiant
match.
babyface. And
Yep.
now do you know what we're getting at WrestleMania?
I can't believe it. Go ahead, tell him, Chris. I can't believe it.
Brock Lesnar versus the Nigerian giant Omos.
What are we doing?
I don't think it's gonna happen.
No,
I think there's
it's a
gonna be
swerve.
some swerve.
It's a swerve.
It's either gonna be Lashley again or
Did you hear what Bray said on SmackDown before the
yeah, he's going
Chamber?
after the survivor of Brock versus Bobby.
Yeah, so internally,
And
It's
then they
big
did tease it
quotes.
again on SmackDown that it was gonna
big finger quotes internally, it's Brock versus Omos and Bobby versus Bray. But there's no way
that
it's
sounds
possible.
so
Yeah,
bad.
Triple H is not cooking. That means Vince is back.
I mean, if you get MVP in there and like
Doesn't matter.
he does some segments with Bray,
Doesn't
that might
matter.
work. But
I don't care. I think it's Brock Bobby at Mania because Omos is with MVP. MVP's trying to get the Hurt business back. I think it all works out in the end.
maybe Bray and Uncle Howdy versus the rest of the
Bray
Hurt
needs to fight Uncle
business.
Howdy. That's the Mania match. Is Bray versus Uncle Howdy?
That sounds bad too.
Nothing Bray does is
bad.
gonna be good. Nothing Bray does is gonna be good until we figure this out.
Remember when we were all excited for this man to return?
I wasn't. I knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
This always happens. He's like, it's hard to book. You can't book Bray Wyatt
It's so
in the
exciting
good
at
way.
first, and then he gets in the ring and
because
it
his
fizzles
promos are
out.
good.
Yeah.
But once you get in the ring, it's like he's too out of this world. He's too otherworldly to have an actual story with.
The Mountain Dew pitch black match was horrible.
Bro, like you
Let's
could have.
all be honest here.
Because think about it, when Bray first came and he was doing the swamp dude gimmick, that was fine. You can book that in a real storyline, right? But it's just now with the Firefly Funhouse and Uncle Howdy and like this whole
It's
new
too much
thing,
going on. You
it's
can't
too
figure it
much.
out.
There's too much lore. There's too much lore that you can't have him wrestle in a one-on-one match unless it's the Fiend, and even then, it's too much.
trying to think of good opponents for Bray, but I
There aren't. It's Uncle
genuinely
Howdy.
can't think of one.
Uncle Howdy's the only one. I'm telling you,
It's
Uncle
gonna
Howdy's the
be
only
so
one.
bad though.
He's the only one that can have a match with Bray, and after that, you can like figure it out.
Do you
but
think it's still Bo Dallas as Uncle Howdy?
it has to be?
Yeah, the only one
It make-
one
it-
it can be.
I would hope so. It makes the most sense.
I don't want them to put Alexa back with him at this point.
Don't get me started on that. I guess we tight. For what?
Seems like a drop storyline. I haven't heard about it in weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it might be dropped because they're on different brands, so it's kind of hard. Maybe when like they put the brand split, or not brand split, when they superstar shake up again.
Just make Alexa the goddess again.
They were trying. It was going back to that point, and then Bray came back, ruined everything. It's all his fault. But yeah, thoughts on Brock Bobby? Means to an end.
Yeah, disappointing ending. Match was all right.
It's all right.
Finishers galore.
Yep.
Brock Lesnar match.
It is what it is.
Let's get into something good.
Yep. So third match, Chris finally comes to my house. He's there, and we're
That was a big return.
and we're cooking. Yeah, Chris came in at number 31 in the Rumble. We thought we were done. And it was a chamber match, correct?
No, it was Edge and Beth
right,
versus...
mixed. It was actually pretty good.
I
The
enjoyed
mixed
it.
tag, pretty good. Beth got a lot of stuff in.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the spots. Like Edge hit an execution at one point. There was one confusing moment where I actually brought this up to you, where Edge tagged in Rhea.
Oh,
after
yeah,
Beth got
yeah.
in. I thought, are they doing men versus women here?
Yeah,
But then they weren't.
they
so.
were not. Yeah,
It
which
felt like this would have been the match to do it because Beth can compete with
Beth,
Finn.
yeah,
Rhea can
yeah.
compete with Edge.
Yeah, this would have been the match to do it. I agree. I thought for what it was though, I thought the match was pretty good. I thought I would love to see Beth versus Rhea. Honestly, I think that would be
Straight singles match.
yeah. After she wins the title, I think
Beth is like the first challenger and loses.
yeah. I think they can really if you give them time, give them like 15, 20.
The only issue with that is how long do we want to do Judgment Day versus Edge? Past WrestleMania?
Apparently, we're. I mean, you don't have to include Edge in the Beth Phoenix storyline at all. If you just do Beth and Rhea, just straight up, you don't have to build it up too much. Not night after Mania, just have Beth be the first challenger, or you can just have it on a random SmackDown. I just want to see the match. I like to see the match.
Another moment I really liked in this match. Edge has Finn in his submission maneuver. Like, probably some Edge related
what
pun.
is it? The
Execution.
no, that's
education.
the DDT. Edge-o-matic is the pull down. Execution's the DDT.
Edge-joint.
He has him in the edge, right? And
it's the Edge move, Edge submission.
The Edge submission.
Finn's about to tap out, and then Rhea grabs his hand
yeah,
to make sure they don't lose the
cool
match.
Spot.
And then there was one moment where Dom throws in the brass knuckles.
Right.
Rhea hits Edge. Finn pins Edge. 1, 2, very delayed 3, and then Beth breaks it up.
Well, Edge kicks out and then Beth breaks it up. It's like very because I guess Beth didn't get there fast enough. So yeah, Edge kicks out at like 2.99999.
I would argue.
And then Beth
3 should have been 3.
Yeah, it was gonna be 3.
Should have been.
So Edge kicks out barely, and then Beth is like breaks up the pin, but like there's no pin to break up. But other than that, it was a good match. I enjoyed it. Finn is a great wrestler. We every time I see Finn come out, I'm like, damn, he could do so much better. But then he wrestles.
Finn is great.
He wrestles, and I'm like, oh, I love Finn Balor so much.
And he was wearing some weird mask when he walked in. I didn't know what that was about.
I don't know what he got going on.
But yeah, I feel like he deserves so much better. Even as a heel, he could be.
He could be the guy.
I feel like he could bring back the Demon and beat Edge at Mania.
I think so too. I guess what they're setting up. I think it's gonna be because there's rumored to be a Hell in a Cell match at Mania. And I think that's the Hell in a Cell match. Probably gonna be Finn and Edge.
All right. So last thing on this match though.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the match, Edge hits the spear on Finn.
Yeah.
Then Beth rolls in the ring.
Oh my god! Yeah, they do a shatter machine, and they call it that on commentary. There's shouts out to FTR. And now it's just nasty work. It's just nasty work going on here.
I have a theory about this.
Yeah. So is that all we're gonna talk about for for this match before we go to your theory? Just real quick.
Yeah, we're not going.
Okay, yeah. So Edge and Beth win, and that's it. Tell me your theory about this.
All right, so Edge's contract expires in August, or some point at some point this year. But he said his last match is going to be in August
Okay.
because they have like a Canadian show there. But so Christian and FTR are currently in AEW
Oh, don't give me that. It's not gonna happen, bro. That's a
for
no.
one match.
I have a reverse theory.
Edge is all elite,
I got a reverse.
and they do the tag match.
I have a reverse
Christian
theory.
Edge versus FTR.
I got a reverse. I think FTR are coming back to WWE.
But then you also have Christian in AEW.
Christian's not coming back.
Didn't he just come back to face Jungle Boy?
Exactly. No, but he's not coming back to WWE. I think FTR is jumping ship.
Nah, I think they're doing the tag.
I don't think they're doing the tag.
Because FTR wants the tag.
FTR wants
Dax Harwood was saying on Twitter that he wants.
Yeah, but also, do you see on Twitter he freaking posted a picture of like his bar and with the WWE freaking letter on his bar or whatever.
Whatever. He's just trying to raise the price of
Okay.
AEW.
No, he's not, bro. There's a storyline going on right now that like they're not being booked or whatever.
That's a storyline.
I know. I'm saying though. I'm letting you know that's like
and they have like 3 different sets of tag titles. They're kind of busy with other stuff.
3 sets. What are you talking about? They lost all of them.
Oh, they lost.
See, you're not. So you don't even watch the product. You know what's going on. So don't question me. Don't come back at me with all this. It's a storyline. I don't even know what's going on, bro. Watch the product, bro.
What if they end up being the last team in the? We'll talk about it later.
I would assume that's what's happening, but I kind of think it might be Top Flight, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shatter Machine for the win. They call it out on commentary. I look at Chris. Chris looks at me, and we just like go back to watching the pay-per-view. Weird stuff. And then it's chamber time.
Men's chamber. Yeah.
Good match.
This is one of those instances where I thought in my head Gargano and Rollins to start, and then I didn't say it.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't believe me that I actually had that prediction.
Yeah, man. Because Chris, you always do that, man. You just stop doing that.
I need us to stop.
You gotta write stuff down.
It's like I have like random shower thoughts where I'm like, oh, Gargano and Rollins to start the chamber.
Yeah, you gotta write it down.
Or the prediction I have for late that I'm gonna make for later. No, not really a prediction, just something I want to see.
But. Right. Yeah, just gotta write stuff down, man. But they start the chamber.
They had a good exchange.
It's going how you would think it would go. Going good.
Quick roll-ups, like left and right.
Good sequences, get the crowds into
I'd like to see a straight Gargano Rollins match.
That would be fire.
That'd be fire.
Yeah, it doesn't be pay-per-view. It can be wherever.
Honestly, just
wrestle.
Get Logan Paul out of there.
Oh my god.
Put Gargano in.
Yeah, honestly. Matches going. Who's the third? Was Bronson the third one?
No, Theory. Theory's the third one.
Yeah, Austin Theory's the third one.
He gets beat up.
He gets beat up the whole match. Yeah. He doesn't do anything. Bronson, I believe, was 4.
They had some good comedic moments with Theory where he
he kept getting jumped
because he said to Gargano like, "Remember the way, remember," and then like, "Come on, let's team up against him." And then Gargano's like, "Nope," and then just punches him in the face.
Yeah, and there was a spot where like Theory would like get beat up, and then he would come back, and then like the new guy in the ring would beat him up, and then he would just lay on the outside, which is funny for me because I hate Theory. But. Match was going good. Bronson Reed had a great showing in this match. I thought he was great. I wish he just got the recognition because
a lot of power spots.
This is the guy who beat Okada in New Japan, and he's just back. He came back and was with the Miz, and I was like, Jesus Christ! But now he's
getting there now.
He's getting there.
I mean, he was eliminated first in this match, but it took like 4 guys
to
do it.
Yeah, it took 4 guys, all super kicks, and then they all did their finisher, and I was like, this makes sense. This is good.
What were the Bronson's power spots again? I know he was like throwing people around a lot.
He picked up was it Seth and Gargano or
yeah.
So yeah, he did like the Ryback shell shock.
Yeah.
Or he did a dual Samoan drop on both Gargano and Seth, which was awesome. Did he? I want to say he powerbombed somebody like dumb hard, but I could be wrong.
I'm sure he did.
I'm sure he did too.
But there was one cool spot where, credit to him, Theory did pick him up on his shoulders.
Yes, yeah, they gave him the old John Cena spot where it's like, can you pick him up? And he did. But I think Theory's finisher is too hard to do on a big guy like that because he's flipping around and knee him is too much.
Needs a new finisher. Yeah,
needs a new finisher for the big guys. The big guys needs a new finisher. But Theory picks him up, but he can't do it. Bronson takes advantage, takes out everybody in the match to beat him for the most part. Brunson's eliminated first. Great showing. I thought that
Ford
was
eliminated him with the frog splash.
Frog Splash. Yes.
Yeah.
Montez Ford also a great showing.
I think Bronson also ate a curb stomp. Yeah,
He might have. Yeah, I wouldn't be
I'm
surprised.
pretty sure he did. Yeah.
Yeah, that might have been the sequence where they eliminated him though.
Gargano super kicked him, curb
super
stomp,
kick,
and
curb
then
stomp, frog
frog
splash. I
splash,
think
and
that's
then
what
he
it
was
was.
gone.
Yeah, no, good stuff. Great showing from Bronson. Second eliminated was it Gargano?
It was Gargano,
Yeah.
but he had a great showing.
Gargano, he's
There
back.
was one moment where Rollins and Gargano were fighting on top of the.
Oh, this spot was so
the pod.
scary.
Yeah,
Yeah, Bronson was still in the match at this point. On top of the cage, it looked like Seth was gonna powerbomb him, and then Gargano does a Hurricane Rana instead. I thought Gargano hit his head on the post, but I watched it again and Bronson was like blocking the post with his body. But bro, scary stuff. Also, speaking of Bronson, Gargano was set up in like the doomsday position. So he had him up. He was on Bronson's shoulders, and I think Theory did a clothesline, and then it was a poison Rana on Bronson, and I was like, "Jeez, man, they are cooking in this chamber."
But yeah, Gargano went off for a while. He was pulled that thing he does where he goes through the ropes and does the DDT.
Yeah, that was cool. Oh, he did a lot. That was good.
Yeah.
So Gargano, Bronson are gone. So it's Seth, Theory, and Montez. Montez is having great exchanges with Seth and Theory, and then
Montez also eliminated Damian Priest.
Oh, I forgot he was in this match. He was in this match.
Did he do a frog splash off the pod? We forgot to bring up the Ford spot where we climbed up the
so
cage.
Montez Ford does the Lince Dorado Kalisto joint, John Morrison spot where he climbs up to the cage, and he kind of like inverts himself and just like drops on all of them. That was dope.
Ford was awesome in this match.
Ford was great. So Damian Priest didn't have any crazy spots, but I know he eliminated Damian Priest.
Yeah, he eliminated Damian Priest. Well, Damian Priest did eliminate Gargano.
Right.
That was the
with the Razor's Edge.
Yeah,
Razor. Yeah. So that was cool. Or not cool. Not cool.
Yeah, I didn't like Gargano being eliminated.
I thought he was gonna be like last 3 too. Then Montez is there. Something happens where he's like on like the outside, but also inside the ring, and he gets cursed up on the outside, and then Theory pins him, and then he's out, and then
he sold it wonderfully.
He sold it, yeah, and they had to open the cage for him to get out, which leaves the door open for Logan Paul,
your favorite wrestler.
What the hell's going on here? Logan Paul and Theory in the same ring is nasty work, man.
Paul hits the buckshot lariat on
buckshot lariat on Seth.
It's a curb stomp on Seth.
Yep. And then
your actual favorite wrestler wins the match.
Theory wins the match. Theory didn't do nothing in this home match. Retains the
title. Picked up
Bronson
at one point. That was the most impressive thing he did.
Yep. Looks like we're getting Cena and Theory at Mania though.
For the US title too.
For some reason. Doesn't need to be on the line, but is what it is. So
I've heard Cena's coming back next week.
Next week on Raw. Yeah. Should be fun. I think March 2nd? March 8th or something? Whatever. Someday in March. I know we're getting Logan and Seth at Mania. Any thoughts on that?
I'm sure it'll be a great match.
Yep, I think so too.
I'm not even being sarcastic there.
So
it's going to be match of the night probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm giving it that endorsement.
What if it's on the same night as Roman and Cody?
Roman and Cody will be more significant, but I think technical wrestling.
Seth and
Cody will be better.
Wow, interesting. I don't know, man. As a Bryan Danielson fan, Chris, technical wrestling, we're giving that to Logan.
Well, I mean, like in terms of
matches of the night, you think there'll be
match spots?
Spot. Okay, if you're giving it a spot fest match of the night, sure. I think I'll need technical is the right word.
Yeah, maybe not technical, but
yeah.
I mean, with Seth in there, maybe technical.
Yeah. For on his end, sure. I think he'll keep up, but I don't know. I think Seth is just in another league right now. But yeah, we're getting Seth and Logan at Mania, which is whatever. Great match. Not the match I want Seth to be in, but it's a match, so he's on the card.
Again, it'll be great, and we're gonna hate it for that reason.
We're gonna hate it because it's good. Yeah.
Hate good wrestling.
I hate it. It's the worst. Wrestling sucks. But now we go to our main event.
Yep.
Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn.
Roman came out first, which I was
crazy.
Happy about. I thought that maybe that was a red herring, that maybe we're gonna get a different result. than we were expecting. No,
Nah,
I
didn't
knew it
think
wasn't gonna
so.
happen.
I was like, is coming out first to get that pop. I would have liked him to come out second just to get like the Cena in Chicago reaction. 'Cause I think when Sammy's already in the ring, I think you can have the Sammy chance while he comes out. But
Well, I feel like if you got the Cena reaction, they would have been more upset if Sammy didn't win.
I think they were upset when Sammy.
Well, yeah,
didn't win.
obviously, but like more so
Oh no, I just
because
meant
you want to get the big pop in the beginning.
no, sure.
and
I just meant in the sense of like when CM Punk came out first and Cena came out second. It
Yeah.
was just the boos were more if Cena. I feel like if Cena came out first and Punk came out second, I feel like you don't get the Cena effect when he comes out.
Alright.
That's
That's
just
when
my thought
Sammy made his
process.
entrance. That's when
Same.
I screamed, "Let's go!" When I said, "Let's go," and
Very
none of you joined
quietly,
me. Yeah,
and then no one joined you, and then
I did ole ole ole,
and no one
and none of
joined
you
you,
joined me.
and no one
None
joined
of you
you.
joined.
But match starts. They don't grapple. They don't like collar elbow tie up until like 5 minutes in. It's just a lot of circling and staring and just pantomiming, which is always great in Roman Reigns matches. Match starts. A lot of Roman Reigns pretty much has like his shoulder tackle joint. You can't really outmuscle him, but Sammy gets a nice little headlock in. It's not back and forth, but Sammy's getting his shine in. Roman is pretty much dominating though, and it's a lot of like, I gave you all this. I did this for you. What you doing this to me for? We were family. This, that, and the third. The usual bloodline stuff. Paul Heyman's on the outside, just being the best manager of all time. Sammy doesn't get his spots in until towards like the middle ish, almost towards the end. He starts getting his shine in, man, and the crowd is just behind him. They go to the outside, and Roman is like talking to his wife, and I was like, oh, we're cooking. But Sammy, gets his shine in. Blue Thunder Bomb, Haluva kick. But the referee does go
He
down.
does his
this
modified
man.
Superman punch.
Yes, he did do that. I thought he was gonna. I was telling Chris during this. I was like, he's gonna do the DDT spot to the rope, and Roman said, "Nah."
Slapped him.
Here's just a cane uppercut.
Slapped him in the throat.
Get back in the ring. I think so. I don't know if you caught this. So Roman goes to. Okay, who was the initial ref? Because I feel like this is like the new ref.
I don't know their names.
No,
I don't know their
Okay,
names.
so let me. Okay, I'll bring this up when the new ref comes. So ref goes down. Sammy gets like the visual pin on Roman. And
He got a pin at count of like 12.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, he's not winning. New ref comes in and they start square one now. Roman goes Superman punch. I think the new ref was supposed to go down here, but he doesn't. Roman kind of lands next to him and grabs his shoulder. I was like, maybe they've missed a spot, so we'll do it again later in the match. But it seemed like it was supposed to happen when it was supposed to happen. But I thought that was just like something I saw. I don't know if you saw it. Whereas like Superman punch, he lands right next to the new ref, and it's like, oh, but then like it keeps going. I don't know if you caught that, but
maybe that was like wasn't supposed to be the spot. Maybe he just actually accidentally hit him.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he landed too close to him. I don't know. But anyway, new ref, another ref bump for the new ref.
There was one, either the first or second ref bump was just him elbowing Sammy and behind him.
Yeah,
in the corner.
I think it was the second one.
Yeah, and then he took out the ref too when he was doing it.
Yeah, that was a new one. Yeah.
It was like, damn, Roman.
I was like,
calm down.
Man,
Calm down.
Let me see what else. Jimmy Uso.
Jimmy came out first.
Jimmy Uso comes out,
beat
super
up Sammy.
kicks Sammy. Sammy kicks out.
That was a big kick out.
Big kick out, big pop.
He was doing the Roman kick outs.
Yeah,
he barely survived.
Yeah, both of them were bugging out.
Also kicked out of a spear. Sammy.
Yes, Sammy did kick out the spear. And then Jey Uso comes in the ring for the second ref bump.
Conflicted
Jey. Roman gives him the chair. He's like, go ahead, do it.
Walks in front of Jey.
So it's the same parallel all over again from the Rumble. I'm like, no way we're doing this again. Jey doesn't do it because Roman looks back and I'm like, what's up? What's going on? What's up, bro? What we doing? And then Jey doesn't do it. He just walks away. He kind of Roman mushes him in the face a bit, and then Sammy, does he spear him or does he? What does he do to Jey?
He accidentally spears him.
Okay, yeah. So he goes to spear Roman, but Roman moves out the way, spears Jey, and then Roman spears Sammy for the win. And that's the match. Crowd
Yeah.
goes silent, but not silent enough because KO comes out, saves Sammy, or not saves.
Well,
Sammy.
Roman and Jimmy start to beat up
Yeah,
Sammy.
saves and Kevin Owens comes out, beats up Jimmy, and then Roman's in the corner. He gives up for Sammy to Haluva kick, and then that's the end of the night. Good match, storytelling wise, good match, wrestling wise, good match. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it thoroughly. I kind of wish they didn't do 2 ref bumps because
I think
that's
so
kind of
too.
overkill
I
to
thought it
me.
was too much. Yeah, I thought the same. I thought it was too much.
A little overbooked, you could argue.
Yeah, I think so.
Just with the second ref bump.
I'd say that. I'd say that too.
Also, we didn't get too much progression in the storyline because
Yeah,
Jay is still conflicted.
Jay's still conflicted.
KO and Sammy weren't really together.
Yeah,
as confirmed by the next night. Yeah,
on the Raw after he was like, I didn't really like. I did it for me, not for you.
Yeah, I did it to beat up the bloodline, not to help you.
Yeah, so that's a whole different thing. So I thought it was good for what it was. Do you think it was the right call for Sammy to lose here, or did you think he should have won? Because this has been a lot of like, this is like been the big question like over social media since it's happened.
Okay, so we're still kind of seeing what's going to happen. I think if Cody beats Roman, then this was probably the right call.
Yeah, I think he probably will.
If Roman beats Cody, this was not the right call.
Oh, I can't even imagine a world where Roman loses the Cody. I mean, when Roman beats Cody, that would be insane.
It's Roman. I was watching a podcast.
Oh god.
And I heard, what if Roman beats Cody? I'm like, that could so happen. That would be Roman Reigns. You think they don't want him to go 1,000 days as champion?
I think he makes it to 1,000 days.
No, not at WrestleMania.
No,
not till like May.
No, May.
Yeah. I think May
is in April.
No, May is when he reaches 1,000 days.
Okay, then. So who hit it before Mania? Oh no, you're right. It's April.
May's after.
May's after. Right. I
think May's after.
Sorry. My fault. I think Cody has to win. If he doesn't, it's been a waste of time.
Because if Roman wins, what are we doing here?
It's a waste of time.
Yeah, like we can't have this reign go on for an eternity.
Yeah. No, I think so too.
There's no one else. If Cody loses.
If Cody loses, there is no one else. What do you do?
The only option I can think of is Jay. But like, do we really want to see a Jey Uso title run?
I mean, yeah, that's why I think the Jey storyline has to end with him beating Roman, but not for the title.
Yeah.
So I think
beats him Roman, for like not even head of the bloodline, just to like
for him.
The bloodline.
For him, it's the whole thing is for him and his brother to get out, for his freedom under Roman Reigns' thumb. I think that's the story. That's the real story here. It was never Sammy. It was never Kevin.
It was never going to be.
It was always Jay.
It was always gonna. Yeah.
Jay was going to be the one to really dethrone Reigns because the title is whatever. It's the head. It's the
titles
head.
mean kind of a lot.
No, in terms of like the head of the table, the tribal chief. That's to dethrone him off that because that's all we'll have left after Mania.
The bloodline, yeah,
is the bloodline,
and that's how you like free up Solo to go on his own.
Yep, I think So, but yeah, that was Chamber. What? So on a scale of 1 to 10, what are we giving Chamber? From the matches you saw.
The matches I saw.
Yeah, so
then it's much higher with the matches I saw.
I think from matches you saw, I would think you would give it like a 9 or something.
Yeah, like a 9.
Yeah, for the match I saw, I'd probably give it like an 8.
Yeah, because the Brock Bobby match wasn't that good.
And even the Women's Chamber, I thought it was good, but I think Men's Chamber blew out the water.
Yeah.
I heard people liked the Women's Chamber better. And I was like, it was good, but I think from the things I saw from Liv, I think if it was booked differently, I'd probably give it a 9, but I think overall, 8.
That makes sense, yeah.
That was good. But that was our Chamber review. Good stuff. Good show.
Before we get into Revolution, do you mind if I give my pitch?
Go ahead and give your pitch.
So this is relating to Damage Control.
Oh.
So.
Oh my, can it be?
My idea is, since they have the women's tag titles and are doing absolutely nothing with them. Now they're fighting Becky and Lita, but it's like I don't think Becky and Lita should be the tag champs because tag champs do nothing.
Doesn't make sense. Not at all.
Unless they do Becky and Lita versus Ronda and Shayna, that might be a high-profile match.
No.
No,
I do not want to see that.
I mean, I don't necessarily want to see it either, but
I heard that
I feel like that's like all the big names you can have.
I heard that Mania is going to be Dakota and Io versus Ronda and Baszler. I don't know how true.
Did
that
I
is,
say
though.
Shayna before?
Shayna and Ronda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I heard. Though. I don't know how true that is though. I don't know if plans have changed since then. That was like a couple months ago.
Okay.
This was before Ronda came back.
So my alternative plan is for Io Sky to get betrayed by Bailey and Dakota,
Okay.
because Bailey like is starting to realize that Io's better than her,
Sure.
so they betray her.
Okay.
But they're still the women's tag champs at this point,
Uh,
Io and Dakota.
Yeah.
So they have a one-on-one match at Mania to unify the tag titles and make it one mid-card women's title, and Io wins.
Okay. Wait, they unify the tag titles and make a mid-card title?
Yeah.
Div. Interesting. I don't know about the end result, but I do like the Io going on her own.
Because like, who cares about the women's tag title? Like they haven't fought for them in months.
No, for sure.
And there's no
I
real
get that.
storyline
No,
relating to them.
I get that.
So I think with a single title, and you have like women who like on the bottom. Who,
Yeah,
like,
I think WWE is better off just making a mid-card title. But even then, if there's a mid-card title and
I'm
no
just saying
tag
get rid
title,
of the tag title.
no, I'm saying if there's a mid-card title, yeah, I think it's the same problem as I think the same problem arises where like people who aren't being used initially will get runs or like will get chances, but it'll be the same thing where like they'll get lost in the shuffle and like the bigger names will go. Because think about it now, since Becky and Bayley aren't doing a damn thing, if there was a mid-card title, they would be fighting for that. So the Dana Brooks, the Shotzi's of the world are not getting there.
Well, I think it should go to like the Shotzi's.
No,
and
it should
Tegan
go, but I don't think
Nox's and-
it probably won't. And like initially maybe, but over time, I don't think it will.
I don't know. I feel like
Unless it's like a prove yourself title, then I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like it should go to like the sort of mid-card women. Emma,
Sure.
yeah, Xia Li, yeah.
No, it should. I just think probably initially, but if it over time, I don't think it will.
And there's simply just not enough depth on the roster to do women's tag titles. We've
That's a
seen that
fact,
time
yeah.
and time
They
again.
just like put them together. It's like,
Just
oh, you two are
makeshift tag
blonde.
team.
Here's a freaking.
My prediction: Liv and Raquel, they're gonna be a tag team.
That's my GM freaking tag team. Yeah, that's my GM tag team on W2K. That's it. If I need a tag team, I was like, oh, Liv and Raquel, big and small. Here you go, take it.
Yeah, I mean, Liv has a tendency of teaming with bigger women. Raquel has a tendency of teaming with smaller women.
Where there
So
you
it
go.
goes together.
Works out. Yeah, I don't see a problem. So that's your pitch. Is Io is leaving Damage Control because she gets turned on, and she's a future mid card for the women's.
Yeah, mid-card women's champion.
I like it. Pretty good. Remember this. We have it documented now.
Yeah. So
Chris
now
has a pitch.
No one can
now
say
now
it
doesn't
I
happen.
didn't say it.
Now it
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
happen.
not gonna happen. But it's not gonna